Hey, what's up guys? It's Marf and welcome back to another Asphalt 9 video. Today I have two things to talk about. Firstly, we're going to talk about the Bentley Continental GT3 Max Gold multiplayer series, and I have gameplay of that for you guys. And yeah, like I said, it's a multiplayer series, so you can go ahead and play it right now. It's a free try event, and or not event, but a series, and there's unlimited fuel, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's a nice chance to go ahead and see if you want to try and get this car in its current Grand Prix. I'm going to try and get it as I always do, but I'm probably not going to be spending any tokens on it, as should you, because as we'll get into here, it's just a really okay Class D car, but it's kind of overranked in my opinion. I don't think it should be up above near the Kings. I don't think its performance is near there, but yeah, we'll talk about those stats. And then the second thing I want to talk about is just kind of Burnout and Asphalt as a state of a game in general. Yeah, let's talk about the Continental GT3, because like I said, that is the Grand Prix that is going on right now. I believe the final rounds have begun. We're currently on the first final round, and so far everything is going alright, I guess, and we'll just see how everything goes. It's one of those cars where it's nice to get, in my opinion, but I won't be spending any tokens on it like I mentioned earlier, and I don't advise that any of you guys spend tokens on this car as well, especially if you already have the Mazda Furai, or if you recently won the C7R, or even if you have a TVR Griffith, because most of the times where you're going to want to use a D-class car, if you're a good enough player, the Griffith will be just fine. Like I said, even for those tracks where the Griffith isn't good on because of its poor handling, you'll see that with the current Continental GT3 and how we know about it, yeah, the handling doesn't look very good, but it's a very interesting and unique car, because while its handling stats are much better than some of the other D-class cars, you'll notice that the drifting radius is absolutely awful. But what's interesting is, as you all know, when Asphalt 9 has a Grand Prix, most of the time, or pretty much all of the time, the cars that are being used or up for grabs are track-focused cars, and most of the time you're not going to be using a track car in real life to drift. I think we can all agree on that. And what you'll notice is when you turn a corner without drifting in this car, it feels much better than without drifting. And so I feel like if you're using this car, you might want to change your gameplay style up a bit to drift a lot less around corners. So a good idea would be to save as much nitro as you can and either use perfect nitro around the corner or just turn the corner without drifting. You will lose nitro from doing that, or you won't gain any nitro, but I find that when you come out of a corner, you're at a way higher speed, and you don't need to like realign or anything like that because you didn't drift, so acceleration is a bit faster as well. So I don't know if this is something that Gameloft intended to happen, but because the handling stat is very high for what it is, and like I said, the drifting radius is really bad, I feel like this might be intentional by Gameloft to get players to stop drifting. Of course, this is only this car. Specifically, most other cars are fine in their drifting, and you should drift in other cars, but because this car is a track-focused car, and in-game it feels much better to not drift around a corner, I feel like it's a very interesting and unique way for a car to be added, and for the stats to be arranged in an Asphalt 9. So we'll have to see if maybe Gameloft makes a statement on this, because like I said, the handling statistic is very high, but the drifting radius is low. But like I said, you keep a lot of speed without drifting, and you'll notice when you turn around like slight bends, you don't lose as much speed as you would in, say, like the Mazda Furai or especially the C7R. So overall, I would say try not to get too caught up in this Grand Prix. I don't feel like this is going to be a very important car. It does come in handy for the Valhalla event. I believe you need it at 2 stars though, so if you don't even plan on getting this at 2 star, then don't worry about it. But I don't see this car becoming very important, and I don't see it being a very useful car, so I wouldn't spend any tokens on it unless you really like Bentleys, or if you don't have a really good D-class car. It's definitely not bad, but even something like the Challenger 392 is pretty good in comparison to this car. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I don't think that this car is where it should be at its rank. I think it's overranked, And yeah, so let's talk about the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and hopefully this shouldn't be too long, but I wanted to talk about Burnout because there has been just a wave of people like getting burnt out on this game, including me, because while they are adding new cars and stuff like that, it just feels very repetitive. We're playing the same tracks over and over again. We're grinding events over and over again. And overall, I feel like myself and a lot of other people are just getting burnt out with Asphalt. Now, I'm not quitting or anything like that. That's nowhere near what I'm doing. But in terms of the Asphalt content, it might be a bit slow over the next couple of months. Just because I just don't feel very excited by this game anymore as I used to. And I feel that a lot of players also feel the same way as I do, because like I mentioned, it's just a lot of grinding the same events over and over again just for new cars. And new tracks are exciting, and new things like cars and decals and customization and events, they're kind of exciting, but at the end of the day, for events, you just end up spending tokens, and it's just a grind fest, and overall it's just not that enjoyable because we're playing the same things over and over again. So until Asphalt can like grab my attention and excitement again, I'm probably not going to be making as many videos on this game as I used to, especially over the summer. So I apologize about that. I want us to try and play different games and upload different games, more specifically maybe PC games, but definitely, of course, mobile will still be a big focus on this channel. But yeah, I've been feeling burnout of this game because it's just a Grand Prix after another Grand Prix, another special event after special event, new multiplayer series. But I mean, they gotta add something like a game mode or just another way to play this game, in my opinion, in order to keep it, fresh and interesting. But of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of the Continental GT3 as well as the whole situation of Burnout in this game? Are you kind of getting bored of this, or is Asphalt just really exciting? But yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later.